The rite for the dedication of a church and altar is rightly considered among the most solemn liturgical services. Celebrate the holy mysteries, and it is the place where the holy sacrament of the Eucharist is kept. Thus, it stands as a special kind of image of the church itself, which is God's temple built from living stones. The heavenly meal stands as a sign of Christ himself, who is the priest, the victim, and the altar of his own sacrifice.
This is a day of rejoicing. We have come together to dedicate this church by offering within it the sacrifice of Christ. May we open our heart and mind to receive his word with faith.
Your Excellency, this is the gift of God. With our family, would like to turn over to you as the Bishop of Bacolod. This is the title to the land and everything else.
Father Dante Barcelona, open the doors to Christ. Let us enter the church with thanksgiving and songs of praise.
The bishop will now bless the water that will be used to bless us, the walls of the church, and the altar.
A reminder of our baptism and a symbol of cleansing of these walls and this altar. I was even more touched with the opening rite before we opened the door. Tony presented to me all the papers, and his words were, "The gift of God I turn over to you as a gift." And then I realized that that bottomless heart of goodness, of generosity, is precisely the spirituality we would like to live in our diocese, the spirituality of stewardship, that all that we have comes from God, and we are only stewards.
There is a special prayer that is being said.
O God, today your faithful people desire to dedicate to you solemnly and for all time this house of prayer, where they worship you devoutly, are instructed by your word, and are nourished by the sacraments. We beseech you, graciously pour forth from heaven your sanctifying power upon this church and upon this altar, to make this forever a holy place with a table always prepared for the sacrifice of Christ. May the Lord sanctify this altar and this house which we anoint.
The incensation of the altar symbolizes the sacrifice of Christ. The laying a lighted candle in the altar and the lighting of all the lights inside the church reminds us that Christ is the light of the world.
Let the light of Christ shine brightly in the church, that all nations may attain the fullness of truth.
The tabernacle is a place that holds the ciborium containing the Eucharist. This makes the tabernacle the heart and the cornerstone of each church.
Bless us and the tabernacle we have prepared for the sacrament of Christ's body and blood.
All of us, together with the bishop and the priests, will celebrate the Eucharist, which is the center of this whole ritual.
This is my body, which will be given up for you.
And now let us offer each other the sign of peace. Peace be with you. At this moment, we will witness the signing of the documents of the Diocese of Bacolod and the Franciscans. Let's celebrate this moment with a round of applause.
Prior administrators in Bosnia. I am truly happy and excited to hear about your great endeavor to build the same church as it is in Medjugorje in honor of the Blessed Mother. We need Mary to keep our faith. May your church truly become the sign of Mary, the sign of peace.
Please all rise for the incension of the image of Our Lady.
May God, the Lord of heaven and earth, who has gathered you today for the dedication of this church, make you abound in heavenly blessings.
Amen.
Amen.